Hi, I'm Tom Laus, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media Coordinator for the City of Wisconsin Rapids. And this is Making Connections. I want to thank you for joining me here on our show. Today I have three guests from the Wisconsin Rapids Area Community Choir, and they're going to introduce themselves, and we get to see and learn about their event that's going to be happening here coming up shortly on December 2nd, which is a Saturday. But before we talk about that event, we're going to learn quite a bit more about them. And I'm going to turn the cameras right over to Ken first, and we're just going to go down the line and they can introduce themselves, and then we'll kind of go back a little bit and get a little information about each other and really talk about this event.
Yes, we're excited about the event. It's coming up real soon. And one of the things that I've enjoyed about it is just simply being a part of it. I've done that about 7 years, I think. And my wife Carol is in it. And this choir has two concerts during the year. One is a Christmas concert, very much appreciated, and a spring concert, which is also a lot of fun. But yeah, I've felt real good about being in this choir and meeting the different people that are in it. And it's one of my ways of making connections with the community. We appreciate being on this show.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate you coming every year and getting that word out. And Mary, you're here, and let's. You're the accompanist. Let's hear a little bit about what you do and maybe about yourself.
Okay, my name is Mary Englert. I think I've been in the group about 8 years, and originally when I started, it was after I'd retired from teaching, and I was a singer in the alto section, which I really enjoyed doing. And then last year, we kind of lost our accompanist. Sarah Rifleman had other things that she was doing, and so I was asked if I could play the piano for the group, and that's currently what I am doing, and I enjoy that also. And like Ken said, it's a wonderful group. It's a great way to meet different people that really love music, and thank you for allowing us to be on and share this news with everybody.
And she is a terrific accompanist. And that makes a lot of difference to a choir.
Oh, yeah, I bet. And I wish I could play piano really. I did it one time, but I've forgotten it. But now I have kids that love music, and I'm bringing out the old violin again.
So that's good.
Good.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. So, and then we have Barry here, and he's joining us as well. And he does a lot of singing, is that right? And Barry, go ahead and introduce yourself to the public and a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Barry Jens, and I've been with this choir since day one, which dates back to 2004. I love to sing. I have a good time singing. I enjoy this group.
All right, and then you guys watch Cowboy Union Jam, our viewers. You may see him. He's a part of that as well.
Yes.
So he gets over to the library and shares his musical talents there. So lucky to have that kind of talent, and you guys are able to share that. So, well, let's get into a little bit, Ken, about this choir. And I'm going to ask you a few people about how many people are in it, and let's get right into the date, and then maybe just a little share a little bit of information, maybe a teaser about some of the songs that you might be having. So, Ken, tell our audience here where and when, and if it's free and where it's all at.
Well, it is free, and it has grown over the years. Both the choir and the attendance and the appreciation.
Great.
Actually, we have over 30 members now.
Wow.
And where we just had a few in the men's section, this year we have a whole back row, right, Barry?
Yes.
And it's a lot of fun. It's going to be at the First Congregational Church at 4 p.m. on Saturday, December the 2nd. And it's that's the church that's behind the cinema here in town. It's the white church back there, and very good acoustics, very nice place, and it holds a lot of people. And it's almost full, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Our audiences have grown over the years. And there's a nice reception afterwards with food and drink, and people like to linger afterwards. I've noticed they stay longer and longer, and they visit with each other. So, yeah, children are welcome. People can come, everybody is welcome to come, totally free.
All right, admission is free. You can get there a little bit early, get a good seat, right?
Oh, yeah.
And this is, again, the church just close to the Old Elks Club, is that right? Just
It
down
is.
the road?
Right.
Yeah.
And you can park, there's plenty of parking, and still light at 4 o'clock, so should
Yes, that's
be
right.
able to get in there. And Sid Cooper wasn't able to join us here today, but she's going to be the director. And I believe Sid has been here before. I know I've met her a couple times. And maybe from her standpoint, Ken, you could say a little bit about who Sid is, since she couldn't join us here today, and maybe how long she might have been director or is going to be director, and really, what does a director do? Maybe that would give us a little insight of what it's about.
Well, she is, as Barry said, a wonderful lady, and she and Barry are charter members. So they've been here more than anyone else.
Wow.
And a director is one who helps choose the music, primarily choosing the music, which would be appropriate for our size of choir and talents. And boy, we have a lot of talent, don't we? Musical talent.
Yes.
People that have been directors or are directors and like yourself have taught music and been at various churches with their choirs.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the photo, and you guys now can see that photo as well on TV, and maybe you'll recognize some of the people that are in there, in that group. But if somebody wants to be a part of it, hey, they came to the town here, they're new, who do they call and how do they get hooked up?
Probably the best way, if somebody's interested in joining us, and we definitely welcome new members, is to go on Facebook. And we have a Facebook page, and it's listed as the Wisconsin Rapids Area Community Choir. And they can leave a message, and if they just mention that they would like to learn more about it or be a member, somebody will contact them and give them the necessary information. And we sure would be happy to have some new members. There is a commitment, but it's not huge. Over about a 3 to 4 month period, we rehearse 8 times, and then we do a concert in December, and then also a concert in the spring. And it's fun. It's a great way to enjoy music and to meet new people.
And Barry had said something before that was real interesting to me, and I hadn't thought about it because we were in the choir, but tell us about traditional and non-traditional Christmas music.
Well, traditional music is what you tend to hear in the stores, in the background music, and non-traditional is anything else, I guess, is the simplest way of saying it.
And we have a blend of both. We always, for our holiday concert in December, we always invite the audience to sing 4 to 5 traditional carols, and we're doing that again this year. And they're songs that everybody will recognize. But Sid does a wonderful job of selecting music that stretches us musically, music that spans, from the 1600s all the way into contemporary music that people would know from today. And that's probably one of her greatest gifts, is she brings out the best in us as a choir and really shares her love of music. And she pushes us to do the very best we can, and she challenges us with music that sometimes is a little more difficult, but fun to sing.
Some of the music goes back, like there's a very interesting amalgamation with Mozart's music, but the name of the song is Jingle Bells Rondo. And it has a whole lot of jingle, jingle, and jingle bells and so on, which you wouldn't think Mozart would be part of.
Yeah, that's actually our last piece, and the fun thing about it, well, maybe the choir doesn't think this, but there's a lot of words, and they have to sing very rapidly, which was a challenge, but I think we've got the hang of it now, and then the piano plays the Turkish Rondo by Mozart, while the choir tosses back and forth the melody to Jingle Bells. So it's fun, and it's a good way to end our concert.
Neat. Well, if you're just joining us here, we're talking about at the excuse me, I'll cut that. If you're just joining us here on Making Connections, today I have Wisconsin Rapids Area Community Choir, and we're talking about an event that's going to take place Saturday, December 4 p.m., and we're getting to know them a bit better. And we're not over with the interview yet. They may think that, but I wanted to talk a little bit about tenor, bass, what all that means, just to give you guys a little bit. And then just a few more pieces about what the music that you're doing. I know you already shared a few, but maybe just one or two more. Sure. It's going to last an hour or so, and then any last remarks. So I guess, Ken, earlier, before we went on camera, you were talking about that you changed from tenor to bass.
Yes, I did.
What does that stuff mean in a choir? What is a tenor, bass, and maybe Mary, you can fill in your music. We're a music teacher and help too. I don't know what that means. You guys may not know what that means. Let's know a little bit
Well,
about
for
it.
the men, those that sing higher are the tenors, and then those that are the bass are those that sing low. And my voice has changed, so as I got older. Barry has still kept his tenor voice, and there's a bunch of tenors this year.
6 or 7.
Yeah,
Which-
sounds
Wow.
good.
Yeah, so there's just tenor and bass, is that correct?
Yeah.
And accompanying us of a piano?
Right, and
Yep.
then the women's voices would be the soprano.
Oh, okay.
That's the upper voice, and then alto would be the lower, of course. And for the men, there can be an additional, the baritone, which is kind of between the tenor and the bass. But we usually sing SATB, which is soprano, alto, tenor, bass.
So with Sid doing the work, well, we'd say doing the work, how do people know where to sing in different pitch? I don't know if that's the word. What do you? Is it just you just know it, or is it something that you read in music?
Yeah.
Well, it's a combination
Okay.
of knowing how to read notation as well as having an ear for it. But, in our group, there's so many people that I think really read music quite well that when we start a new octavo, which is a new piece of music written for 4 voices, it's amazing. We sight read it from beginning to end, and for the most part, the choir is able to hang in there and sing those pitches without needing too much assistance, and so that makes the learning go quickly, and we can cover a lot of literature that way.
Most definitely. It's harder than you think. You guys make it sound nice. All of us may go to a different church and get a chance to see a lot of choirs in churches. So very similar style, right?
Right.
But this is a group of individuals of, you said 30 plus now, and it's growing, and anybody can join if they're really interested and want to do that. Maybe there's some kind of a pass or fee, I don't know, but I'm sure you guys are willing to help out people learn
for
this
sure.
if they really want to do that, and it's any age group?
Yeah, and that's what's neat. We really span. I don't know who our youngest member is, and I don't know who our oldest member is, but definitely we have people from all walks of life
Various
and all
decades.
ages.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great. Now, you were a pastor.
Yeah.
So you may have experience in singing, is that right? I
Oh,
know
sure.
Most pastors have to carry a tune. I don't know, I always thought, boy, if you couldn't do that, how do you be a pastor? But that's pretty common now.
Well, it's interesting because in this concert we have both spiritual music, but also a lot of, fun music that is not spiritual, like the one about the Grinch. What is it called?
That's You're a Mean One, Mr.
You're
Grinch.
a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
And that's fun.
Yeah, that's right.
You
It
can
is
use
fun.
the bass people right there.
Yeah, there's a lot of theater to it. There's some speaking parts. It's actually, of course, the words are by Dr. Seuss, and it's from that movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So, it sounds like a piece that would only be for kids, but I think adults will find it fun, and it's entertaining to sing as well as to listen to.
And Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is a good one.
Yeah, that's a traditional. I think Judy Garland sang that in a movie back, I don't know when that was, but Meet Me in St. Louis, and I think it became popular, and it still is today, so people always associate that with Christmas. Probably one of our most challenging songs is, what do you think?
That rondo one.
Oh, is it? Yeah, for the singers, okay. Yeah, that's the one that we were talking about before the Jingle Bells. I was thinking Veni Veni Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a version of O Come, Emmanuel, the Advent song. But the version we're doing is very rhythmic, very percussive, and then there's a soprano descant that goes above the rest of the choir, and the choir is doing these syncopated rhythms, which are challenging to keep together. But Sid does a good job of holding us together, and it's fun, but it will be challenging.
The text comes from the 18th century and from Cologne, Germany, but it goes clear back to the 9th century in terms of the music, the chanting type. And it ends up with this Ero Cross, which really means I will come, which is appropriate for Advent and then Christmas. And it's a very challenging piece.
Yeah, I think it is.
When do you guys start practicing? Is it 2 weeks ago or 5
September.
months ago?
For this, if we call them semesters, we start in September for this, and then we practice September, October, November. During those 3 months, we have 8 rehearsals, and then we have a December concert.
So that's a lot of work, a few nights a week or one night a week?
Oh, it's only, yeah, really, some months we only practice twice, and then the most would be 3 times.
Okay.
And so it's really not unreasonable, and we have people in the choir that I think probably have busy schedules, but they manage to fit it in.
You know, we have 4 conductors this year.
Oh,
It's quite interesting because Sid is marvelous in wanting not only to direct but also to sing. And she gets a
Okay.
chance to sing because she's invited other people that are like Mary. She conducts
In the bleak.
in the bleak midwinter.
Yep.
And there's a Bonnie Wheeler who sings
She's going to conduct the sleigh ride,
Sleigh Ride.
and then Vicki Dresser is doing Here We Come, a caroling, and Jan
Okay.
Dykstra is doing the song All Is Well.
now, Ken, you're seeing conductor, director, just in case someone doesn't know the difference. What is the difference? There is a little, conductor is a person that's up
Somebody
front.
that,
Right.
actually-
But that's important, it's not just doing this stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yes, you get the different sounds. I mean, it's the soft, the loud. You get the altos raised up here and the basses over there, and the tenors, of course, are the key to the whole thing, right?
Right.
I
Right.
don't know about that.
Oh, yeah. You can make or break the chord.
Yeah, and then everybody knows it, right?
Yeah.
Probably the audience may not catch it, so.
Yeah.
You guys might, or the, definitely
Sure.
director, conductor will. but-
Sure.
Well, you know, there's a lot of stuff, like Mary, you talked about, a lot of stuff in what you all personally do in music. And Bleak Midwinter, which we just talked about, you're a director, and people may notice you at Our Lady Queen of Heaven, is that correct?
Yes,
And
yeah.
you also play there, and you play piano there probably as well as organ?
Yes.
So your musical talents are everywhere. Now you're a retired teacher, is that right?
Yeah, I taught for 33 years in the Nakusa School District.
Okay, nice. And I'm just curious, when did you retire?
Oh, it was about 10 years ago.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. And
And our director, Sid,
yep, Sid.
she has directed in the school district for around 25 years, but she also has directed in England.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And I'm just reading the notes, Ken, that you made me here, and I'm just going to zoom out here so you guys can see us all. And she was a director since 2004. You have listed here 13 years, both the two together, right?
Sid
Sid
and Barry.
Yep, Barry. And taught music school, like you said. And so a lot of great experience in this town that nobody probably always knows. All you guys are very musically talented, and now you'll be able to share that. So
And what's wonderful is the community connection, which you
that's right.
bring about.
Right, and that's why I call this show Making Connections. And if you guys can't get out, we are planning to send a volunteer, hopefully, to your concert and bring that after the fact later on throughout the Christmas season. So people that can't get out or can't go would be able to enjoy their music, and that's always a good
Oh,
part.
yeah.
So we'll get a volunteer that works with myself and the rest of the crew and film that event for you guys and share it. You can put it on Facebook as well if you want. but a lot of the viewers probably like it on the television. Glad to show this several times throughout the program, or holiday program season up to January. These people always like that, and I can't believe Christmas is almost here.
I know.
But we're taping this here the 17th today, and it's a Friday afternoon, so Thanksgiving hasn't happened. So you'll be able to see this after Thanksgiving, and we're taping this ahead right up to December 2nd. So anything else that you guys want to mention? I know we went over 15 minutes. Barry thought we wouldn't be able to go 15. I knew I'd do a lot of talking, so anything else, Ken, Mary, that I missed?
Barry was worried whether we'd go over 15 minutes,
Yeah, we
but
did.
he's been in a commercial for Ocean Spray,
Oh, neat.
because he's worked in that. And how long was that you were on?
Oh, somewhere between 1 and 2 seconds.
1 and 2 seconds. Yeah. Commercials are so different than this, and our shorts are so different. You know, things like Facebook, people like 20-second pieces. Now, this is a little different. It's more of the traditional talk show, but a lot of our viewers, we know you like it, and that's why we do that. It's a way to talk. Some people don't want to do it for 30 minutes, but that's why we're here. And I don't know if anybody else does that around here anymore, except you can get on the radio, and that's good too, but we're visual here, and
No, sure.
it works out good. So, remember, I'm just going to say the date again here for everybody, and you'll be able to see this poster, just in case you tuned in late. Wisconsin Rapids Area Community Choir, talked to a few individuals here that are taking part in it, and mark your calendars, Saturday, December 2nd, 4 p.m. It's free. First Congregational Church, address 311 2nd Street South, Wisconsin Rapids, right on the other side of the river, so it's on the east side and close to the old Elks Club, right on the river. You can't miss it, where the ducks go and the theater. So
That's right.
you know, pretty easy to find out. So again, thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you guys have a great concert. I think we call it concert or choir concert.
will.
So, and I hope you guys come back next year or in the spring when you have another show. Let's talk about it. Maybe we can get you guys to actually perform, maybe, or a few of that. So, all right. Well, thank you for joining me here on Making Connections at Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. I'm Tom Laux, the coordinator over here. Got questions, give me a call. 715-423-0443 is my direct line, or 0441 is a line to the rest of the staff. Catch us on Solaris 3, Channel 3, as well as Charter 985. You want to rewatch this program and share it to somebody that's not around this area, you can go on to our website at wr-cm.org, and you'll be able to find this on YouTube and share that out to anybody in the world. So if you have somebody
There
that's
we
in
go.
California, please do. I think you never know. You might have family that doesn't live here, and as we know, our cable channel is not going to travel outside Wisconsin. So please share this, and maybe, you know, they want people to come. We want you to fill that church, and maybe standing room only. So again, thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You.